Hi, I'm Jill, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what you can expect in San Francisco in August. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the weather, some tips to pack so that you can stay warm, and also information about some great events and other fun things to do. So let's go ahead and get started.
Many people think, since we're in California, that we have lovely, warm summer days, but San Francisco is very different from the rest of the state. Since we are surrounded on three sides by cool water, we have quite a bit of fog and wind this time of year. And when locals talk about August, we typically call it Fogust, since it's the foggiest month of the year. The great news is that the fog is mixed with sunshine. Most days are going to start out foggy, they're going to clear up by mid to late morning, and then the fog will start to return in the afternoon and sometimes in the early evenings. Some days, though, you are going to find that the fog will not burn off all day, but it is part of what keeps San Francisco cool all summer long. These two videos are going to give you an idea on how it can change from day to day. The first video is me at the Golden Gate Bridge on a day that the fog was low and it stuck around all day. The second video was also taken on a summer day in August, and it was cool and breezy, but you can see that the sun was out and there's a few clouds around, but not too many. So these are kind of the extremes of what you will find in August. It might be foggy all day. You're also going to have a mix of sunny days, but the combination of the two is really what you're going to find on a typical day in August. The average temperature in San Francisco in August is about 69 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. And the average temperature can be a little deceiving because on the foggy days, it's usually going to be in the mid to lower 60s, and then the sunny days might reach the lower 70s. In the evenings, you can expect it to cool off about 10 to 15 degrees from the high from that day. What should you pack for August in San Francisco? Layers. The temperature in August can vary so much from one day to the next, sometimes from 1 hour to the next, and definitely in different parts of the city. So be prepared to add and remove your jacket and layers as you explore San Francisco. In August, I typically wear a short sleeve shirt with a light jacket that I can tie around my waist. On days when the fog isn't going to clear up, I might even pair that light jacket with a thin long sleeve shirt. I also recommend packing plenty of jeans and long pants for your visit. I personally rarely wear shorts this time of the year because it is so cool, but I do see visitors all the time in shorts and sweatshirts, and that works out fine if you don't mind the cool breezes. Oh, and don't forget to pack plenty of comfortable shoes. Even if you plan to take public transportation, have your car, or you plan to Uber and Lyft everywhere, you'll still do quite a bit of walking to explore all that San Francisco has to offer. I also captured a few videos that I thought would give you a good idea on what to wear this time of year. This first video is a view from Pier 39 on a sunny day in the summer. As you can see, even though it is sunny, people are still in jackets and long pants to stay warm. This is another view from Fisherman's Wharf. I took this just a few days ago, and as you can see, most people are wearing light jackets and pants. A couple of additional things I want to mention about San Francisco is that it does get cooler as you get closer to the water. It's also quite chilly walking across the Golden Gate Bridge, even on those sunny days, so make sure you are prepared for that. If you plan to visit Alcatraz, the main prison building where you take the self-guided tours is also quite cool. They don't heat or cool that building, and many windows are broken, so it's cool and breezy even when the sun is out. The ferry over to Alcatraz can also be quite chilly, but there is an area inside if it's a day that's too cold to be sitting outside. One of the special things about August is it's when the sea lions start to return. In June, they head south for the mating season, and there are very few of them around in June, July, and really the first week in August. The numbers build as mating season comes to a close, and many of them are back and they start to return in bigger numbers really toward the end of the first week and the second week in August. So let's switch gears and talk about some of the big events in August in San Francisco. One of the best is the Stern Grove Festival. This is a free summer concert series that runs through mid-August. They host pretty major acts, and it's a great way to spend a foggy afternoon. One of my personal favorites is the Nihon Machi Festival in Japantown, which is usually the first weekend in August. It's 2 days of fun entertainment, traditional Japanese workshops and activities, and lots of tasty food and drinks to go around. And of course, August is still baseball season. The San Francisco Giants usually play about a dozen home games this month, and I highly recommend that you bundle up if you plan to go to a game. Once the sun goes down, it gets pretty chilly at Oracle Park, so you want to be prepared to stay warm for the end of the game. Also, don't miss out on our free museum admission days this month. I've linked my calendar below so that you can plan ahead and save a little money. Other top events this month include Outside Lands, Golden State Valkyries basketball games, and tons of indoor and outdoor concerts. So now let's talk a little bit more about the fun things to do this month. And of course, I'm always going to recommend checking out some of our biggest attractions such as the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, riding our historic cable cars, and Chinatown. You could also spend a full day exploring Golden Gate Park with visits to the Japanese Tea Garden, Botanical Garden, and Blue Heron Lake. But if it's a bit too cold and windy for you on the time that you're here, you can also head indoors. The California Academy of Sciences is also a great place to visit on a cool, windy day in San Francisco. Inside, you're going to find a full aquarium, planetarium shows, a 4-story rainforest, which will make you forget it's a little chilly outside, and so many other fun hands-on activities. I also love stopping by the Cable Car Museum, where you can learn all about how these wooden gems cruise up and down the steep hills around San Francisco. The museum's also great because it's full of historical information about how they were originally built, what happened during the 1906 earthquake and fire, and how the city fought to save the cable cars in the 1970s and 80s. But my favorite part of going to this museum is watching the wheels spin as they pull the cable cars around the city. The Asian Art Museum is another great place to go on a windy, chilly, and foggy day in San Francisco. This wonderful museum has 3 floors of exhibits with pieces from China, Japan, Malaysia, and other countries all around Asia. They also offer a free day on the first Sunday of every month. I have 2 last tips for you to help you stay warm on our cool summer days. The first is to stop by one of the Fisherman's Wharf restaurants for a nice warm bowl of clam chowder. You can get it in a regular bowl, or you can eat it the way we like to, which is in a sourdough bread bowl. Some of my favorite spots include Bodine Bakery, Skoma's, and the Blue Mermaid. You can also head over to the Buena Vista for some tasty Irish coffee. They are the first in the U.S. to serve this, and it will really warm you up on a foggy and windy San Francisco day. They also have a great menu with everything from seafood to pasta to tasty burgers.
Well, that wraps things up for San Francisco in August, and I hope you got some great tips on what to pack to stay warm, a little bit more about what to expect from the weather, and great ideas on what to see and do while you're here. Make sure to check the links below for more information on everything I talked about in this video, and hit subscribe for more great San Francisco travel tips.